There. Isn't that better than a cable tie? It was a case of a clip that slid over the plastic, a bolt and a washer. Done. Took me about 30 seconds to fix it. Now, something I have discovered, thanks to one of the other YouTubers, is that the supercharger here has its own oil supply. Oh fuck. So somehow I've got to get to the plug of the oil supply. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on, I'll tell you what, let me keep you hanging on. It is well, it's meant to be down there. I wonder, different models. I'm going to have to do some research, 'cause I don't see the plug. Maybe it's a different setup on the 2006 model. I don't know. I really don't know. It's meant to be down there somewhere, like a big Allen. I don't know what it is. An Allen bolt, washer, nut, screw. Yeah. I gotta find out, because I don't want this thing to have old oil running around in it. Alright, something I gotta look up. Also, I've gotta find, look at this is ridiculous. One of those, and that's just a stud, I know. But the moron that was here before destroyed it, and that is what I need, a stud. There. That thing there. That's what I need. One of those with the plastic thing on it. Anybody with an S-Type out there got one? Actually, two would be preferable. Why two? Because looking at the other one I got here, it hasn't got the plastic thing on it. Bollocks. Oh dear. I'm sure that shouldn't be floppy like that. Should be attached to something. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, let's go and do something else. Yeah. Look at the top of that sponge. Wherever this was, some little nieces have been having a go at that. Yeah. No, I don't see any signs of them elsewhere. So hopefully I could just, I could replace that, or maybe I might just trim it off to make it look neater. I don't like the fact that it looks like a mouse has had a go. Right, you can see here I have a jack in place and a large piece of wood completely covering the bottom of the oil pan, unlike the previous idiot who just put a jack in the middle and fucked up the oil pan and made it leak. This way it shouldn't. Yes, you've got to jack the engine up, you've got to find somewhere to jack it up. Now you could try on the base of the engine here, but it's really not in the right position. You want it a little further forward, which is why I've chosen to do it on the oil pan the way I have. I think I've mentioned it previously, but this is a very good jack. Normally I would also place an axle stand under here, but because the engine and gearbox are one big lump and there's a cross member in the way, should all hell break loose and this jack gives way, it'll just hit the cross member and not me, which is kind of important to me. And now it's a matter of loosening off the bolts. I've already taken the bolts off the top. Hang on a second, I don't know if I can show you this. Oh, hang on a sec.
I'm going to get the camera in the right position. There's the mount. And as you can see, it's loose already. Same on the other side. But I haven't taken out the bottom bolts yet. I also haven't jacked it up so far that the top is out. It will. I want it in because of that little pin that's on it, which will reduce the odds of the the mount spinning while I undo the nuts. So let me undo one of these nuts. Up here with the 15mm. There she is out. Right, that's both of them done now. Time for me to lift the engine up. I'll just do it here, show you a little bit. Oh, hang on. You're not looking in the right direction. Zzzt. Here it is. And we just go and listen for noises. Because, you know, things are going to move where they shouldn't normally be. Going to go up a little bit more. Oh, I can hear all sorts of noises I don't like. See if I can do a bit more. Yeah. What I want to know is why didn't they make the bolt on the bottom shorter so that it would come out easier? It doesn't need to be the length it is. In fact, I think what I did last time is I undid the mount or the bracket that holds the mount to the engine. I may have to do that again. Nope, I'm getting cracking noises. That is the Cadillac converter up against the heat shield there. And I also hear some noises up top, which I don't like. Give it one more go. I think what's happening is the engine is pushing on the bonnet. Yeah, I really do think that's what I'm going to do on this side. On this side, for the moment, I don't think that'll come out. No. What I will probably do, I'll replace this, I'll take the bracket off this side, replace this mount, just put it in there with the nuts loose, bring the engine back down and then tilt the engine on the other side, because that's the side I really need to get it high to get the compressor out as well. So I'm going to leave it there for the moment and undo those bolts. I don't know what they are. Hang on a second. I'm saying that. Let me try this 15mm as I can see them. It's not a 15. I would imagine it's a 13, but we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be a 13, I think. Hang on. And do be careful here because there's a live terminal. Yeah, it's a 13. So yeah, you can see there's a hot terminal there on the starter motor. You really don't want to be fucking with that. So I'm going to get my long extensions and undo those two there. And Hang on a second. Give me the light. Oh, well, they're not too bad to get to. I'm going to have to use a wobble end. And then, with any luck, I will be able to move the engine mount enough, or the bracket should I say, enough for me to get it out. Right, let me get that done. Right, bracket is off. All I've got to do is get it out of the way, lift out the old mount. Okay, hang on. Alright, it's just past all the red from the starter motor there. You can see that the bracket is now missing, and there it is there. And I have the mount in my hand, and fingers crossed. Okay, here you can see I have removed the oxygen sensor. That just gives me a little bit more room in this area to get the mount out. It's not going to be easy. These oxygen sensor should have been attached here. It wasn't, and also this. Again, someone's been here and fucked this up. That should be attached to that bracket up there, and they routed it the wrong way. So, you know, as you're going along the road, something can catch it and rip it out. So I will put it in the right place. I don't know yet whether I can get the... sorry, I'm trying to get you in the right place here. Whether I can get the compressor out through this hole. I might be able to once the engine is out, engine mount is out, and that engine mount bracket, which is my next task. Okay, so this is on the left hand side of the vehicle. That is the bottom bolt so far. Above it, just see, is the top bolt on the mounting bracket. My intention is to undo that, and yes, you can get to it. It's a little tricky, you know, you need extensions and a wobble end. Then I'll undo the ones on the back and get this mount out. At the same time, the plan is, if I can get the camera to go where I want, is to get the compressor out, which sits there, as you can see. That's the plan. I've got to depressurize the system first, of course. Unfortunately, I can't go to a shop to get them to do it, so, well, I'll do my best to maintain the stuff, although I got a feeling the system is pretty much empty. Right, then we'll get that mount out, and fingers crossed, I should then, hang on a second, yep, look, you can see I can actually get to the bolts now, with the exception of one which doesn't appear to be in. Well, there's just a fucking surprise, huh? And the way the work's gone on this vehicle, I am not surprised in the least. Then I've got to get the compressor out, and as I said, maybe I can get it out past where the motor mount currently lives. We'll see. I may have to take it out from above. I know I did that once before. Now get in the garage, go do some shit.